What's up, everybody? It's me, your little anime bro from the Anime Fam on YouTube, and I am back. And I think I solved the thing. The only thing I can think of was that I was being DDoSed, so I had to restart all the internet boxes. Let's see if it works. Because it was weird that I was able to connect to the game, but I wasn't finding any matches when there was clearly matches. Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun.
Huh? What is it? That should be all you need to know.
I handle pilot sorties for the whole camp. Making preparations for Alright, be careful out there. Please begin preparations for sortie.
Oh yeah! The power of Mountain Dew Code Red. It is a power unknown to anybody. Hold on, where are my shoes? Put my shoes on. My slip-ons. Oh, it's still having issues.
Good work out there.
That's bad.
I handle pilot sorties for the whole camp. Making preparations for sortie. Come back in one piece, okay? Please begin preparations for sortie.
There we go. Okay, clearly
Returning to base camp.
that is bull malarkey. Okay, what about if I just do
Great
this?
things from you. Please begin preparations for sortie.
Let's see. What? Wow.
Good work out there. I handle pilot sorties for the whole camp. Making preparations for sortie. Sortie application accepted. Please begin preparations for sortie.
That's messed up. How can it not find a match? Oh, now it found one.
Returning to base camp. Sortie application accepted. Please begin preparations for sortie.
If that worked, then I could find one here. Do 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 do. Choo choo choo. Do. Okay. Go color. There we go. Cancel. Holy schnibblebits, that's a lot. That is a significant difference. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This is taking forever. Do do do. Just taking long. It's taking really long.
Returning to base camp. Alright, be careful out there. Please begin preparations for sortie.
It can't be that bad. How is there not anyone online playing? There's so many people in the rooms. Don't. Whoa.
Good work out there. I handle pilot sorties for the whole camp. Making preparations for sort. Come back in one piece, okay? Please begin preparations for sortie.
If they can even find a room.
Returning to base camp.
I feel like it's not gonna find one.
Canceling procedures. Making preparations for sortie. Canceling procedures. Making preparations for sortie. Sortie application accepted. Please begin preparations for sortie.
Oh, that's so weird. Oh, everyone's a raid. I'm gonna go with. Let's see. Customize. Oh, what? Now that everyone's... There we go. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun.
Catapult deck is open. Mobile suit team, move out.
There we go. Calibrated. Oh, ooh, that looks so cool.
Begin the mission. Beacon captured. The enemy has secured a beacon.
Here we go. Do-do-do-do-do. Go help my teammates.
An allied unit has been destroyed.
Oh. Weird. Those missiles didn't even hit me right there. I like backed away from them.
Select where and how to
Oh, we
sort
have
the
like
event.
several different ones. Okay. Might as well use them to our advantage.
Requesting to sortie.
Do.
Long range communications established.
There we go.
Target confirmed. An allied unit has been destroyed.
What are they doing? Is this idiot shooting us? Why?
Firing has ceased. Supporting fire dealt damage. Massive chance. Minor damage. No need for concern.
Bam, 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 bam. What the what? I had way more HP than that. Wow, they're cheating. Wow.
Aliens destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
The fact that we had a saboteur. Yeah.
Requesting to sortie.
Oh wow, he's literally not doing anything. Wow. Wait, what the what?
Incoming.
Wow. Wow, I humiliated whoever that one guy was, and he's so mad that he's having his one teammate throw the match. Wow.
An allied unit has been
Dude,
destroyed.
no way. Wow. Wow. We're cheating in video games. When does it end? When do losers... It's funny because mainstream media will always cry that they're no-life losers, and then they go ahead and prove it because they double down on it. And then other people are just like, oh, and then they're like ultra losers that pay to win, and it's just sad. That's sad. Damn, they are really scared. They do not want to get countered. And they only feel comfortable attacking once they know they can. Wow. Oh, damn it. There we go. Wow, okay, as long as I had my melee out, he was scared to go for it. He was just like, no, he was trying to save for a counter. Oh my god. Okay.
Requesting to sortie.
I had Syed.
Ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Long-range communications. An ally unit has been destroyed. Target confirmed.
That was such a rigged match.
We were defeated.
Like, one dude straight up just started attacking the other dude. And it was just like, wow. Wow. I forget that that's one way some people cheat. Is that they have friends. And then the friend gets put on the enemy team and then they just... That's such bullshit. I beat my rival?
Here are your rewards from this battle.
I guess. That was such a shit match. That was a shit match. I don't know what to think other than there's no way that gamers just have that bad of a grudge. Where it's just like, I know the Japanese are known for holding grudges, but I'm guessing they all hold a grudge.
Please begin preparations
Wait.
for sortie.
Leave the room? Yes, because that one
Returning
was,
to base.
there was no one there. It's almost
I'm
like
expecting great things from
they
you.
wanted me to
Please
play
begin
with a
preparations for
disadvantage.
sortie.
That way they could have higher level mobile suits and stuff. And then, wow. Spam! We don't need no spam. Don't. Let's see if it can find another room. Cause first he couldn't find a room. That was the problem. It couldn't find a room at the 600 mark. Goes to the 400, rightfully knowing that I don't have a lot of good mobile suits. Then it finds a room. It's like, what? It's just like, how rigged is this? It's like, this is how gaming works in communist China. Where she's like, you no win! Oh! See, that's bullshit.
Good work out there.
Look at that, there's like all these people here.
I handle pilot sorties for the whole camp. Making preparations for sortie.
Everyone's waiting for the timer to expire. That's horseshit.
Canceling procedures. Good work out there.
I was in a rigged match. That was terrible. I forget that. Or it's like it doesn't matter how hard you tried, like, not to avoid it and not be a part of the problem. There's always gonna be that toxic side to gaming that's just like, like, there's always gonna be assholes trying to gatekeep because they're just like, you can't have fun. And it's just like, wow. And it's just like, I'm sorry that you waste a bunch of money in this game, because that's what it all comes down to. Because the game is pay to win. It won't tell you when game starts. It won't tell you that it's pay to win, but it'll tell you,
I handle pilot
oh,
sorties for the whole
it's just
camp.
like the microtransactions will help speed up progress in certain things. It's just like, just say it. Just say the game's pay to win. Do not try to be coy and modest about it. It's stupid. It's lying. Just be like, this is a pay to win game. The more you paid into the microtransactions, the more likely you are to win, because that's how the play to win works.
Canceling procedure.
Where it's just like, I hate this game and I enjoy this game. I enjoy it because it's just like, oh, I'm playing well and nothing's, all of a sudden it's just like, oh, I guess we're losing. That's another thing that confuses the shit out of me, is like, how does the pointing system work? Because there's times where I'm playing a match and like our entire team just wiped out the other team and we're just waiting for them to load and we have like a low score. All of a sudden they take out like one, their score like doubles. I'm just like, what? It's like, how does what? So I'm like, how does that even work? Or it's just like, okay, I guess it's sad where it's just like, it's painfully obvious where it's just like, oh, they have cheating in play, where it's just like, even though you were scoring points, it like deducted a huge percentage and it gave it to the opposing enemy team while barely granting you anything. It's just like, oh, it's just like, that's horseshit.
Come back in one piece.
Don't. Let's see if we can find matches now. I don't even know if I have good mobile suits, because now it's in an even shittier category. Oh, yeah. It's in the even shittier category. High boost GM. It's pink. Okay. Oh. Register sortie for ground. And then there's the GM command. Let's see. Customize. Okay, it's actually got a pretty good loadout. Okay, there we go. Paint. Marking. Change. There we go. And there we go. Wow, really? It only found 2 players.
Come back in one piece,
What do I
okay?
have at 400? I was pretty much
Please
playing
begin
already
preparations for sortie.
at 400. Wow. I have an AK guy at level 5, and it's not that good. And it's not that good. Oh, this one can't even find a room. Wow. 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 This game, does it even work? Does it even work? Wow. You know what? That's actually pretty pitiful. That's actually pretty pitiful. Okay, so out of my own curiosity, I'm gonna Google Gundam
Good work out there.
Battle Operations 2. Player count. Okay, well, if that's any indication, player population, this is for Steam, mind you, so there's only like 1,000 players, like it's under 2,000, so if that's the case,
I handle pilot sorties for the whole, making preparations
how
for
can it
sortie.
not find a match?
I'm expecting great things from you.
How can
Please
it
begin
not find a
preparations for
match?
sortie.
This is bad. Like, yesterday I was actually finding matches. Today, nope. 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 That population is pretty bad, though. Player count right now, 1,883 players. That's not a lot of people. That's like the population of a city. Or a small town. You know, it's a population of a town, but wow. That's not a lot. What? Wow.
Good work
It's
out
like
there.
this game doesn't want me to be able to play the
I
game.
handle pilot sorties for the whole camp. Making preparations for sortie.
How can it not find a match?
Sortie
I
application accepted.
refuse to believe
Please
that it
begin
can't find a
preparations
match. And I feel like it's more of like player hazing or harassment, where it's just like, you cannot play the game, you cannot have fun, you do not talk good about the game. I'm like, sorry Bandai Namco, I'm gonna say it how it is. This is a pay-to-win game. Any game that has microtransactions that can make playing the game a lot easier, or like makes leveling up or combat easier, that's pay to win. If you don't like that, tough titties, change the game, make it to where it's not pay to win, and then you upset all the people that put in so much money into the game. Well, that's literally what it is, where it's just like, no, because then if you change it from the pay to win, all those people that pay to win feel like
Good work out
the
there.
total fools and tools that they are for paying to win and doing it in an almost unreligious, like, and doing it religiously. Oh, I like how you go to church and you like donate a little bit of money. That's how they are to the game, except it like, gets to more and more and
Making
more.
preparations for sortie. Sortie application accepted. Please begin preparations for sortie.
Dun 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 dun. Oh man. Oh well. It's to no surprise. Was it not? Bandai Namco, Capcom. There's a lot of Japanese game companies that are slowly being destroyed by the wokeness. And now, I don't know. Seems like some of them are trying to change, but it's kind of hard to change when Sweet Baby Inc. is trying to like force its way into like every game development process just to be like the woke mouthpiece that's just like, that's offensive, that's not offensive, that's what we're all about. Like, oh my god, I can only imagine the kind of game that they would make. They would end up making like a Wolfenstein game, except instead of you playing as like a hero or an American killing a bunch of Nazis, you'll be playing like a like super Hitler, and you'll be killing a bunch like Jews. Cause that's the kind of game they would make, to be honest. And you'd be female. You'd be like a gender bent like Hitler. So you would still be like Adolf Hitler, but with a chick with really big tits and really fat ass. But she still has a little shit stained mustache and have like blue eyes and black hair. And she's just going around like sending like stormtroopers and Nazis, and they're just like burning down buildings and like killing Jews the entire time. This is like, yeah, it sounds extreme, but it's just like, that's the kind of game that they would make, and they praise, and they'll be like, oh yeah, and all the Jews you're killing, they're all male Jews, they're all men, and they all look like I don't know, whatever feminists hate, because apparently that's the kind of like future modern gaming developers want to create, is like an LGBT infested cesspool of sissiness and feelings and I don't even know. Kumbaya, my lord? I don't think so. There's no such thing as
Making
kumbaya.
preparations first. I'm expecting great things from you.
Wow.
Begin preparations for sortie.
I'm disappointed with this. This is fucking a shit show. You try to play a game, you try to just play it normally and level up, and then it's just like, what?
you're just playing the game, and then it just doesn't want to play. What? That's impossible. That's impossible. Where it's just like, how can you not have people that are playing the game? Because from what I'm seeing, logically looking at this, the problem is even there's not a huge enough player base, and that there's not a huge enough player pool that is to my rank in order to matchmake me, in order to create a match. Pretty much there's not enough D ranked and like lower C ranked players in order to fill out just one little lobby. Which is horrendous horseshit, because I was playing earlier and I still had my C+. Like, I'm only like one rank lower. When I was at C+, it was finding matches, but people were like either within the C, C+, or C-, or they were like B. I wasn't seeing like anyone lower or higher than that. And it's just like, oh. But it's just like, whoa. But I guess that's just how it is. Oh man, that's just how it is when you play games and they're controlled by communist Chinese. All bad, all bad. It's like super racist, where it's like, you're confusing Japanese with the Chinese. I know, and they fucking hate it. They hate it so much. Like, I think most Asian ethnicities hate it when you mix up their race and mistaken them for like something else. Look at that. It had like 4 people and then they died. This is lame.
Returning to base camp.
And I don't want to like try to play and like stop streaming and then it's like finding all the matches, because then when it because it's just like, if I can't find a match and I'm streaming, then that just means that a bunch of these games I was being match made in were like cheat games and lobbies. Because it's just like, oh, no one's looking.
Application accepted. Please begin preparations for
I'm so bad. I'm bad. I blame, well, yeah. I mean, I can blame South Park, but the South Park didn't really do anything. Where it's just like, how come you always... why do I always portray people or Asian people like the freaking South Park stereotype? Because I watched a lot of South Park growing up, and they heavily made fun of that, especially with the 2 characters that own the Chinese restaurant and then the dude who owns the sushi restaurant, and they were constantly just like, oh, you think you're so smart, you're Japanese, and you're fancy sushi, and then the other guy was like, oh, you are so terrible, why are you so racist? Oh god. Oh man, I just start like, oh, I'm like laughing my ass off because it's just like South Park.
Good work out there.
Dun, 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 dun. What was that one Shin Pokemon episode? Gosh, that was so terrible. If you remember the Shin Pokemon episode, there's this part where like the Japanese dudes are like super duper sucking up to like the people. They're like, oh, you American, you have such huge penis. We Japanese have very, very small penis. And they're like, oh yeah. And they'll like bow to them and show them like great honor because they're just like, oh, you're an American, you have a giant penis. Compared to the Japanese, we have small penis. I was just like, oh my god, fucking South Park just really writing that stereotype. It's funny.
I handle pilot sorties for
It's
the
just
whole
like,
camp.
I don't think I've seen that episode in a while, but there's probably reasons why. One episode that makes me laugh, because I think it still holds truth even today, is the South Park episode where Stan's really pissed off because China is just trying to censor everything he does. Like, he's trying to like write a song with his like deathcore metal band, and like there's constantly like that giant the Chinese like general officer like over his shoulder constantly like monitoring what he's writing, that way he doesn't make anything that it's like, no, we don't like that. Yeah, it's so funny.
For sortie. Alright, be careful out there. Please begin preparations for sortie.
Shibby. South Park's funny. It's crazy how eugenics plays like a huge part in shaping like our entertainment and what we consume nowadays. Where you're just like, what's eugenics? Eugenics is the practice of only breeding with people that you think are superior. It's pretty much what the Nazis thought, but the Nazis put it on like on a Super Saiyan level. But there's this crazy lady in America. You can look up videos of her, and she talks about eugenics, and she's like a firm believer that stupid people shouldn't breed. And like, yeah, they can marry and they can like fall in love and stuff, but it's just like she believed that they shouldn't be parents and it should be illegal. Where it's just like, yes, you can get married and be a husband and wife, but it's just like, but you shouldn't have the right to be a parent. I'm just like, damn. She was a firm believer of like dying down the stupid people and only breeding to keep a strong gene pool alive. And I'm just like, holy crap. It's just like, no wonder I'm so fucked up. I was exposed to this because, oh my god, so many people on the internet, especially when anonymity was so strong back then, were always like, blah, 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 like even though they didn't sound like a white supremacist, they would preach and it would kind of sound like that. But they would do such a good job in making it sound like they were right and they knew what they were talking about. And it's kind of scary knowing that that kind of bullshit is still happening today. And that's why there's like this huge shift, especially when it comes to American entertainment, where like so many people are like, why are white people the bad guy and they're trying to normalize color people more? And it's just like, because slowly, surely, but steadily, the white people would become the minority and the majority would be mostly colored and or mixed people. So like, I think it's almost like entertainment is trying to ease in and make like super backwater, ultra racist white supremacist people like comfortable with the idea of modern times and modern living, where it's just like, you might not like it, you might be a firm hater and firm believer of blah 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 blah, but the fact of the matter is we're gonna be moving. Time's gonna keep moving forward. People are gonna keep moving with time and changing with it. And even though you're stuck in your old bitter racist ways, you have to get used to the fact that you're becoming a minority and that there's gonna be more and more colored people and mixed people, and it's gonna be harder for you to, like, you know, keep it all in and not get triggered by the world. I know, it's so weird. I'm trying to make sense of something that's initially a problem that society is unaware of, but it's there and no one talks about it because no one wants to bring up attention to it, because then they just sound like a psychopath or a conspiracy nut theorist. But when you think about like social studies and like social sciences and pretty much the study and observation of people and how they behave and etc., it makes sense to me, at least.
Making preparations for I'm expecting.
Oh, this is boring.
Please begin preparations for sortie.
You know what? I'm not even
Returning to base camp.
because like even though I lost that last match, it was still a good game. Like I still gave it my all. And oh no, the last match. No, that one was horrible and rigged, and I have no idea why there was like one dude that immediately spawned. Everyone spawned back at that one place, even though we had multiple spawn areas. And it was just like, why? And then the dude just started attacking like two of us, and because of that, that one dude was just like, either he was repairing his mech the entire time, or he was just chose not to play, where it was just like, whoa. I don't know what. From my point of view, I was just confused. Where it's just like, oh, okay, I'm playing a rigged game. I'm gonna lose. Doesn't matter how hard I try. Cool. And then the other part, or the other half, is like, from what I saw, is just like, why did one of our players throw such a temper tantrum, attack two of me and another player included, and then proceeded to not play for the rest of the match until the ass end? And or it's just like, what is with this childlike behavior that I'm encountering, bro? I don't know what to make of it. Because I don't know what to make of it, because I don't want to be right in the sense that I'm living in retard monkey clown world. I joke about it super hard and say this is the kind of world we live in today, but it's just like, as things happen and I experience more things in my day-to-day life and just from all these other aspects, almost makes me certain that society has somewhat degraded on a social scale, where it's just like we've reverted almost back to tribalism, which is, you're like, well, what's tribalism? It's like, look it up. Tribalism is pretty much how like early people were, where there were small knit communities that were very social, and because of that, they were aware of their people, the going-ons, and what was going on, and so they would help. But it's a very primitive mindset, and it really encloses you off to the rest of the world, because you're only willing to believe and accept what the people in the tribe know versus what outside sources might know. So like knowledge, information, different ways to live life, different ways to do anything. It's just like you lose a lot of it, because tribalism's like unga bunga caveman like logic, and forming tight-knit communities. It's so weird. Like I like how I'm having trouble trying to explain tribalism compared to not tribalism, where it's just like, it pretty much means society is broken down to small little groups of people that are close-knitted, but they don't accept the outside help or knowledge of any other things else. So it makes them more secluded, and it makes you more ignorant and arrogant to the things going around, and because of that, you wouldn't really evolve and achieve like even greater feats as a civilization, because you're only going to be able to do so much, like the bare minimum.
Work out there.
Why is this not working?
I handle pilot sorties for the whole camp.
I handle
Making preparations
sorties for the whole camp. Okay, you know what?
In one piece, okay?
I don't even want to
Please
play a
begin
space
preparations
battle,
for
but
sortie.
I'll bet the game's like really making it to where like none of the other ones have anything. I'm just waiting for it to give me the matchmaking failed, because logically the because logically the only thing they come down to is like, oh, there's not enough players at the same rank I'm at, and because it's a very low player population to begin with, that's not even over 2,000 people, of course you're not going to find any matches, and all the matches that are going on are probably people at a higher rank or playing quick matches, which, I mean, quick match is cool and all, but I actually want to like level up my rank. My God.
Good work out there.
Wow. I now know what a Chinese gamer feels like when they want to play a game and their country's just like, no, you cannot play that game. And it's funny because it's just like, dude, I'm only experiencing that here in this game. I could literally quit this game. Hold up. I'm actually gonna do that because it doesn't look like I'm gonna find a match even if I wanted a match.
Please confirm or change the various settings.
The fact of the matter is, it doesn't change the fact that I have games that are produced by Bandai Namco that I physically own. I'm so not okay with the whole digital rights management and how game companies are trying to make gamers comfortable with the fact that they don't own anything. It's just like, if I don't own a video game, then why am I paying $60 just for, like, in a sense, a rental code key? that allows me to play it for as long as the game's lifespan exists, until through some kind of like digital rights management it changes. That's bullshit. I have the ability to own things. So going back to where like Bandai Namco, you may prevent me from not playing this game because it upsets all your pay-to-win losers that suck at your teeth like the little babas they are. I can still... There's nothing stopping me from playing some of the other game titles that I have that I own. Like SD Gundam Battle Alliance. There's nothing stopping me from playing that game. There's nothing stopping me from playing Elden Ring. There's nothing stopping me from playing Armored Core 5, Fires of Rubicon, which I already beaten, and man, that game is like, since it's like a story mode game and they're just like levels and stuff, it's a one and done type experience. And I mean, you can keep playing. It does have replay value for like certain parts and weapons that you would want. But like other than that, the only other replay value is the multiplayer, and I could care less for that. I could care less for that. Where it's just like, oh, where it's just like if I wanted to play a fast-paced mecha game where battles end in like under a minute, I could play. I should just go and play a mecha game on easy mode. Oh, you should just go play a mecha game on easy mode. Yeah, but there's nothing to stop me from playing this game. There's nothing to stop me from playing this game. There's nothing to stop me from playing this game. There's nothing to stop me from playing this game. There's nothing stopping me from playing some other game that you've made, like Ace Combat 7. There's nothing stopping me from playing Bloodborne. There's nothing stopping me from playing Code Vein. There's nothing stopping me from playing the Dark Souls games, like Dark Souls 3s. There's nothing stopping me from playing Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. There's nothing stopping me from playing... That's terrible, where it's just like, what did I... Tries to play game. No, you cannot play game! Oh, that's such horseshit, where it's just like, I've never experienced freaking gatekeeping in like that magnitude before. Oh, where it's just like it makes me feel like the Mongolian army attacking China and trying to destroy the Great Wall, or trying to break down a fraction, like a part of the Great Wall of China to get through, and be like oh my gosh. There's nothing to stop me from playing Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, which I mean, that one's a fun shooter, but it also has easy mode engage, where it just like has soft lock on, where you don't really have to try, and it just game plays itself. Which, in its offense, makes sense if I were handicapped and I was a one-handed gamer, or like, you know, in Ricky Berwick's case, where he's kind of got like this, I don't know what to call the illness, but it's just like his human anatomy isn't as, well, identical to what you would see on a skeleton displayed in your biology or your anatomy physiology class. Ricky Berwick has very unique, handicapped, like, skeletal system, and thus I would understand certain games having certain functions like that to help him play. But with me with no handicaps, it's just like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Where it's just like, it makes sense, where it's just like, oh, someone that has like a weird kind of thing, or maybe you're getting old and you have like, not carpal tunnel, but maybe you have like some weird spasms where your freaking hand will freeze and seize up, and you can't play games as well because of the things. And then there's those new games. There's those new gamepads that are just like, whoa, they're so intuitive, but it makes sense for those people. And for me, it's just like, nah, man, Sony already did the research and made a game controller that works for me and for most people, and it's the default controller. Oh, I heard this game is woke garbage, and that makes me really sad, because Ghost of Tsushima was such a good game. And I'm sad knowing that Sony doubled down on the wokeness and made this game woke when it didn't have to be woke.
Are beyond the edge of Japan.
I mean, something tells me it's still gonna be beautiful and it's still gonna be true to like the setting and the time period. A lot of people are just upset because the main character, not even her being female, it's just the main character and the person who I think gave to the likeness and is the voice behind the character. She's like a super woke political activist, and you know, oh man, I'm all thinking about it where it's just like, man, she's Asian and then woke, and if all the hate she was getting is real and she has like, you know, proof, the receipts, that's gonna look bad on gamers because because Sony's gonna see that and they're gonna be like, wow, why are these people so hateful? Like, some of these comments are really racist just because you're portraying a woke character. And that kind of is what makes them double down on it, is because they see the toxic ugly side, and because its presence is so strong and just in their face, they have no other reasoning to deter them from making woke games, so that's why they make woke game. But I don't know, brohams. Freaking AAA game companies are becoming super woke and they're killing themselves. And people are saying because of that indie games are killing it, but it's just like, bro, if indie games were killing it, I would be playing so many indie games right now and be talking about so many indie games, and that's not the truth. I am like in the dark. I have little to no interest, and there's nothing to spark thus interest. This game's supposed to be good, but then there's some people like calling out some of the stupid woke shit that's in the game. Other than that, I hear this is a good campaign. This is supposed to be a good JRPG. No wokeness and no political nonsense here. This is supposed to be a good fighting game. Oh, look, Bandai Namco, you can't stop me from playing Dragon Ball. I'm in Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero. Yes, you can, because I don't want to pay for it. I'm a gamer that's a firm believer of do not buy fighting games. Fighting games are not worth your money. One, they come out at full price when you rightfully know they're going to make a season pass, they're going to make DLC characters. It's just like, fighting games are not worth buying, they're not worth sticking to, they're not even worth playing, because at the end of the day, the only people you're going to find on online matchmaking are going to be the quote-unquote pros and semi-pros that are just trying hard in training all year long so they're ready for tournament season. And that's really what kills fighting games, is because you have that pro community and clique within the game, and they're so hardcore in their ways, where it's just like you're never gonna find a casual match where it's like, oh wow, I actually barely won, that was a good game, or oh wow, I almost won that match, this guy's pretty good, he's like at my skill level. Nah. The line graph is just like, whoa, from casual player base to hardcore player base, the hardcore pro gamers are the only ones that cling and like will stick to it, and it's only because it's a new fighting game, and if it's new and if it's allowed, if it's on the tourney or the tournament scene, the pro fighting gamers are always gonna cling on to them. And when you just have them playing and there's sweaty ass lobbies and matches, it's always the casual player's gonna be like, oh, what's the point of paying like blah 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 $60 for a game where he's just like, you're gonna be losing 95% of the time, just because it's like, one, it's just like you don't have the time to put in to work on skills and get better. Two, you don't play enough anyway, you don't care. Three, you play fighting games casually, so you never took them seriously. And that's why most people that play video games, I always say, it's like, don't buy a fighting game unless you're a huge fighting game fanatic and are part of the tournament scene, because other than that, you're wasting your money. You're wasting your money on something that you're gonna play for like maybe 2-3 weeks, a month, if you're lucky, and then it's just gonna end up just sitting there in your shelf, being like, oh hey, I remember I have this game. I deleted it off my hard drive to make space for other games. It's gonna be one of those games. You can't really be woke with sport games. They're sport games. I heard this is gonna be a good game. I heard this is a good game. No wokeness here, just good old-fashioned Sonic the Hedgehog. Heard the next Grand Theft Auto is gonna be woke garbage. Heard this is woke garbage. I was playing this game and I was enjoying it, but I didn't like the fact that it had pretty much seasonal, that there was gonna be like a live service seasonal type thing to the game, and I was just like, oh man, no. It's just like, no, I just want to play the game, beat it, and then not be balled and chained by it. That's what I liked about Pumpkin Jack. It didn't make me commit all the time in the world to that game. It didn't ball and chain me down to it and be like, oh, I gotta play this game because I'm already this far and I've already done all these side quests and like, it's live services, I might as well keep playing. Nah, that game was simple. Like, most games wouldn't make it now. Most AAA game companies wouldn't make a game like that now because it wouldn't pull in all the money that they've seen that live service can do. But I also don't like it because it's very predatory. The pricing for the microtransactions is horrendous. It honestly isn't fair for some games where it's just like they're charging you way more for digital goods than they should, and it's not right. And I just hate having to be tied down to a game that where it's like you finished long ago and you're back here because seasonal bullshit. Ooh, or a season pass that kind of chains you to keep playing the game. Other than that, this game was poopy in the beginning, and then it got good, and I'm guessing this is giving the game its comeback. And that's cool, but I don't know, I kind of don't care. Also, I don't want to pay for the DLC. It was one of those games where it's just like, oh, I should have known it was going to have a freaking season pass DLC. I heard this has SpongeBob in it, so that's pretty cool. That's free to play. I never really cared for that. I already played that. Meh. I heard this game is good just because it has ass and titties. Other than that, it's a straightforward third-person looter shooter with the gacha mechanic, the gacha microtransactions that makes you go, should I spend money on this game? And the answer is no, because with most of these Japanese or Asian games, all of them have the gacha mechanics, and they make all of their games into waifu and husbando gacha machines, where you're just like, are you really playing the game because you enjoy it and you like the game and the story, or you're just playing the game because you have a hot piece of ass to look at the entire time? Ding! So it's like solid game, but the gacha microtransactions are horrendous, and you're gonna end up spending a lot more money than you should, and you know you're gonna regret it. And then because of that, you're forced ball and chain to keep playing the game because you already paid into the gacha mechanics. Gacha mechanics are just as bad as season passes and some stuff. Oh, the greatest MMO ever, which apparently went woke, and then there was a huge uproar, and then it died down, and no one gave a shit ever again. I actually haven't heard about that ever again since that moment it blew up. So I bet it was just for like that one part. I bet it was just for like a bunch of drama, just for one character and just for some dialogue. But it's shit you could easily overlook and just not give a shit about, and just be like, still a solid game. This is woke. Apparently this game is trying to nurture and groom you to become a non-binary LGBTQ plus bred ultra person. So this is literally fantasy it's literally LGBTQ propaganda wearing a fantasy skin. That's how bad and woke garbage that game is, apparently. This game's gonna sell like hotcakes because it's Monster Hunter. Where it's just like, there's a reason why I stopped playing Monster Hunter games. Where it's just like, at one point you realize that you're playing the same game over and over again with just a different narrative and story and like a new little interaction lobby. But like when you have barely any changes to gameplay and you add like a couple of things every now and then, like what was one of the new ones where they introduced in Monster Hunter Iceborne or whatever, the whole little grappling hook thingy. It was like, oh wow, and it's just like, it made me like facepalm, because it's just like, what's with gaming and everyone being like, you want your game to succeed, add a grappling hook mechanic and your game will be awesome and everyone will love it, and now your unique game that was different and was set apart from all the other ones will now be lumped in together with all the other games that had grappling hook mechanics. Halo, I'm looking at you. To be honest, Halo never needed the grappling hook. And the proof is that you can go back and play Halos 1, 2, 3, and Reach and realize how good those games were without all the flashy bullshit gimmicks. Where it's just like, you don't need a fancy or stupid little gimmick just to sell a sequel or sell a game. You just need to make a good solid game on freaking basic foundations of how a certain type of genre game should play. Like if it's a shooter, it's just like, okay, well, shooting needs to be fun. You have to have little firefight loops, that way you're not just bored walking back and forth in a giant sandbox map. You need something to encounter and shoot along the way. Make the AI not stupid but also not super smart, that way it's a challenge but not so much of a challenge that it feels impossible. A challenge enough to where it's just like, oh, I can do this, let me just try again. Or like at first you might not succeed because, oh, you didn't know how this was going to go down, and then the second time it's like, oh, with a little more experience things could go down like this, but because AI is a little more elaborate, especially with video games, the enemy's not always going to act out and play the way you think they would play like they did before, so it changes every time. But yeah, I don't know. Farming Simulator, that doesn't look woke. Sims, you can make that woke if you want, but other than that, it is what it is. Life simulator game. That game looks like it's gonna be good. Look at that. Like, where are these so-called indie games that are supposed to be the bee's knees? All I'm seeing are some of the woke poops, some of the good stuff, and some of the other things that are, I can't believe they're making a mobile game. Oh man, still on that. It's just like, I can't believe they're making a mobile game. Oof. I don't know how I feel about that. Where it's just like, I'm guessing it says a lot. Or it's just like, Bungie, I don't know how to feel about you and your game when apparently you didn't do as well as Sony was hoping you would do, and they had to cut your budget, then just when things couldn't get worse, they take your IP and they give it off to a Chinese game company in order to produce a third-person mobile looter shooter based off the independent property that you created, but just for mobile. I'm sorry, but when Sony has to do that, because that looks desperate as hell, that means that they know that there is a market for mobile gamers that want to play Destiny but want to be able to play it on the go and would like it to be third person like Fortnite. But the fact that you have nothing to do with it, Bungie, and literally it's just like, oh, we're just using your property, we're using the whole Destiny name, lore, and everything, and then it's supposed to take place before Destiny 1 and 2? Where it's just like, bro, oh man, fuck. Like, I see that, and it's just like, Sony obviously knows that there's a lot of money to reap and sow within the mobile market, that in order to save Bungie's own game, they had to make a mobile version of it. Or like when the actual console game is on life support and there's really not enough to make you go like, yeah, Destiny, let's play some Destiny. Where it's like the story content's short, it leaves you with more to be desired, and it's been a while since we got a new enemy and a new threat, and then like the one major threat is like dead now. So it's just like, well, cool, but you need to have the latest update to play it, and it's just way too much. That's another thing where it's just like your content is so lackluster and is so little that it doesn't justify the price tag, where I am literally better off waiting until it goes on sale to its lowest point, or waiting until PlayStation Plus just gives it to you for free. And that's bad, dude. And that sucks, because like I'm not here to just shit on Destiny 2 and say like, oh, it's the worst game ever. And like, no, it's actually a good front solid first person shooter. It just sucks that a lot of the meat that you would crave from a game like this is story content, and there's not enough to keep you invested. And then what there is very little, and some of it's kind of like really repetitive, so it kind of makes you feel like, oh, this is like something else. Pretty much they've done so many things with the first game and with the second game that it's getting harder for them to create original shit within the game when, quote unquote, you've beaten most of the evil bad guys and became friends with most of those races where the evil bad guys came from. It's crazy. Oh well, that's it for my stream. It was just a gamer rant because freaking Bandai Namco was just like, you cannot blame Gundam Battle Operations 2. We hate you so much. You do not buy enough of our merchandise and toys. And it's just like, nuh-uh, I love your merchandise and toys. And that's being, like, yeah, even though I said that in a very sarcastic tone, the truth of the matter is, I do in fact love Kamen Rider. He's the coolest superhero to come out of Japan, and I'm all about Kamen Rider. Even if I don't like the Kamen Rider that much, I'll still support the series because it's Kamen Rider and it's the greatest thing known to mankind. Doi. Anyway, that's it for your little bro's rantings, because he's all angry, couldn't play games he wanted to play, and he had to talk about a bunch of bull malarkey because there was nothing else to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Until then, stay awesome, stay hydrated, stay fresh, and stay golden. And remember, your little anime bro from the anime fam is always going to do what he wants to do. And I'm going to be so pissed off if I hop on Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operations 2 after the stream's done and like I'm able to find matches. You know what? Don't get mad at the game, and don't even get mad at the player, because there was no one ruining anything for me. Just be disappointed in the fact that even though the game's cool and you like it, it is paid to win, and because of that, only the people that have paid the most money are still playing the game, and the player population is low because of that. Because you have new players that want to play the game and then are losing constantly to the pay to win players, and they're going to be like, well, I don't have a bunch of money to throw in right away, and they will only have a little bit, and even then, they're not guaranteed to get, like, the most badass epic shit. No, you have to keep buying into it. And that's something people can't afford right now because the economy is shit, the cost of living's up, everything's expensive, the poor are poorer, the rich are slowly becoming middle class. The rich are slowly becoming middle class. And there's an unseen shadow force that's trying to make everything in the world gay and lame. To put it in the words of Eric Cartman, there is an invisible force that's like the Kathleen Kennedy version of Eric Cartman, trying to make everything gay and lame. God bless all of you. I hope you guys stay safe and avoid all the crazy nonsense that is in the world today, because it honestly does make you go like, there's no fucking way that the world is getting to this state, and then things happen that reinforce that belief and make you go, holy fucking shit, there's no way I'm right. I hate it, but it's the world we live in today, apparently. Oh well. Peace out, homies. I hope you guys stay alive, stay cool, and stay awesome. I'm gonna wash the dishes and then just chill out. They didn't let me play Gundam. I'll see you guys later. Bye. I'm all sad because they didn't let me play Gundam. I streamed for like 2 hours and I only got like 2 matches. That means I only found 1 match in an hour. An hour wait time. That's bad. That's not good. Bye, guys.